I'm Roger Basmajian. I own Bosco Development and Investment. It's a real estate development company that goes back about 24 years. We used to develop in the suburbs, but now we're fully uh, focused on the city for about 12 years now. And we're in 311 Grand River, the Harmonie Club. This is one of our projects.
Revival is never just about bricks and mortar. It's a reckoning. Here, developers like Roger Basmajian walk a tightrope, preserving the soul of a neighborhood uprooted by highways and progress, while weaving in the needs of a new Detroit.
So my dream as a kid was always, I would drive around the city and it was sad to see these buildings just empty, falling apart. And I always wanted to come downtown. I didn't even think, or let's say I wanted to come back to the city. I didn't think it was gonna happen in my lifetime, I really didn't. But it did, and I'm so happy to be part of it, part of the rebirth and reshaping of Detroit into a better Detroit than what it was.
When Roger shifted focus to Detroit in 2012, few believed in its resurrection. Vacant buildings whispered stories of Black Bottom's jazz clubs and Hastings Street's barbershops, places erased by highways and neglect. But where others saw ruins, Roger saw blueprints.
So me personally, my background's in architecture. I graduated from University of Michigan. So it tears my heart out to take something down. So my initial inclination is to save if we can. And I've tried to do that in every project. And I think it's critical because if you destroy these older buildings, you kind of destroy history and it becomes very monotonous. Any city would look like any other city, I guess. And Detroit's beautiful and unique, and we'd love to save that.
I'm a historian, so of course I'm going to always side with historical preservation. But that being said, I know for a fact that every historic place cannot be saved. Every historic place cannot be brought back. I live in the real world. But the history of that place can be preserved. Even if we don't have the place, even if we don't recreate the exact same place again as we're developing things, we should not lose the history of what was. So there should be something that tells us, that harkens us back to what used to be. It can be in the new place, it can be next to the new place, it can be a cultural center, it can be a museum. Of course, there needs to be historical markers that tells us the story as we're walking through newly developed neighborhoods. We ought to be able to learn about what was there before this new development was created.
Urban restoration to me is, not going in and just wholesale destroying what you have, right? Because when you do that, you lose history. And that's really important for me and my company. And we always try to save what we can and add to it and make it a lot more colorful than it was, but never lose the history that we had.
I think that every community has a history that it should be proud of and should have symbols of that throughout the city or certain locations, of course, not throughout the city necessarily, that reflect that pride of culture and a sense of place.
We have so much need for housing. We have so much need for services. We have so much need for amenities. And what I really appreciate about the Detroit of now is that there's so many programs, there's so many people who are interested in being helpful.
Well, one challenge that we face is the cost of doing business in our city is a little different than other places in and around the state of Michigan. Getting financing beyond what we can bring to the table, but from traditional lenders is a challenge. There was a little uncertainty about the potential of what this could be.
We sat down with all of the developers who were selected and essentially gave them this white glove treatment, whereby we look at their financial models, we look at the cost associated with redeveloping a building, and then we develop an incentive package specifically geared towards that developer.
We always want to engage the community. whichever neighborhood we're in, right? I'm on the board of the Conservancy of Paradise Valley's, the conservancy that around this park here. But that's not to say that's all we do. It's engaging regular folks, businesses, and making sure that they're involved in what we're doing and getting their opinions and thoughts. And sometimes you learn things. I mean, we can't address every little thing, but to engage the community is always helpful, especially when you want to get a project done. Hearing people out and just knowing that we're not trying to do something to displace other people, right? We're trying to add to it. It's like if you destroy what was here, you've destroyed the past, not only the building, but you've kind of erased history as well, right? So that's why I think it's important to me to save these old buildings, to tell the story of Paradise Valley. There's a lot of history there, and honor it. Design is very important. In our firm, design comes first. In a sense, design where we're trying to build a sense of place. So it's engaging the public and not just some sculpture somewhere that doesn't belong to the neighborhood or the time or to the people around it that are using it. So it's very important on how you build something, how you design it, so the public engages it in a very positive way, and it's not this isolated sculpture for the rich only and things like that. So we're very, very mindful of placemaking, which is what we do really well.
At the historic Harmonie Club, Basmajian has revived a Detroit treasure, and in its lower level, Enoma 1895 shines under the vision of LaDonna Reynolds, a Motor City Match grant recipient.
Today, as we witness the resurgence of Detroit's economic and cultural landscape, I am honored to contribute to the revitalization of Paradise Valley. With Enoma, which is an upscale restaurant and lounge that brings Asian and soul fusion together with a vibrant nightlife. Guests can expect bold flavors, eclectic cuisine, craft cocktails, music, and an unforgettable atmosphere.
I see people walking down the streets, enjoying the restaurants. I see kids playing in the park. I mean, it's a beautiful future, and I really believe that. And I'm a long-term investor. I'm not here to do a quick flip. So this is my city, and I want my kids to be proud of this city someday.
In the next episode, you'll hear from Hiram Jackson, who details a journey about preservation, storytelling, affordable housing, and the importance of knowing Detroit's rich history.